That is very important. Some people don't have it. And
No,
I think this is where they kind of lose hope because they're alone.
and they feel.
Loneliness is bad when you're going through this.
And it's what I've always told people in that space is don't look at that as anything's happening to you.
Mhm.
This is not happening to you. This is happening for you. I mean, if I look at my own journey,
Absolutely.
it brought me to spend more time with my mother. No, yes, she was being my caregiver, but we were being able to spend more time together.
Yes.
So look what happened for me.
Hmm. And that strengthens the bond, that strengthens the bond. It's so important. I'm so happy for your life right now. And I know that there can be only good news coming. I'm so happy that you said your last scan showed that, it wasn't growing, and your doctor had that hopeful outcome, after the scan.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. Is there any thing you'd like to say to anybody that would be watching us right now, um, where you have come through this, and of course, for everybody who has survived cancer or is going through cancer, they would say, "Oh, I hope it doesn't come back." The fear of a recurrence. You understand? Going by your story now, since 2009. 2024 is when you decided to go through full treatment. That's a recurrence, right? Are you scared about any recurrence? And what would you say to somebody that is watching us right now to say, hey, you got this, and kind of stop them from the fear of recurrence? What would you say to them, going
You know,
by your experience?
I want to say be ready, but I don't want you to put that energy out into the universe. But again, I go back to what I'm saying. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. I always believe that life is not unfair.
Mhm.
And I trust in the process of life because we weren't given life to suffer. Cancer is not the end, it's only a bend. So embrace it as a blessing that yeah, you have a bend that's going to lead you to something that's more rewarding.
Yes.
I don't want to go on and speak about everything that's happened to me and sound boastful about it, but a lot of things since my cancer has happened that I would not have experienced if it wasn't for the cancer. Even now, my recurrence, I've even found it stronger. So yes, through my first diagnosis, I've learned a few things, but now it just reaffirmed it. It made it stronger. So my belief and my understanding in things and my support groups, my friends, I really now know who are friends.
Mm.
I really know who are ones I can call on and rely on. And even more, I've learned more about my own strengths. I've also learned that the beliefs that I have in myself, it is true. It's not about ego. It's
Mm.
just about, and that's the one thing that I can also say to anybody. Accept. Don't fight that it's happening. Fight the battle. Don't fight that it's happening. Accept that it's happening and fight the cancer.
In other words, they have to face it. You have to face it, welcome
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That's what I
Embrace.
say to people. Once you start fighting, you're taking it as an enemy. And what do enemies do? They fight back. And so you have to be on top of your game and don't say, "Oh, I'm fighting cancer, I'm fighting cancer." When people, call me to talk like you, I say, "I'm facing cancer. I'm not fighting cancer." Why? Because it has come to me, right? The only thing is to embrace it and see how we're going to dance that tango, you know, without being anything detrimental. We're still standing, right?
I
So
mean,
I love your attitude and
yes,
your philosophy.
I always think this it is scary. I can understand why people think it is scary. I can understand why people feel scary. But you know what? I always tell people, I've done it. I am doing it. And if one person can do it, it means that it's possible.
Yes.
It's possible. So if you can take light away from that, that should encourage you that it can be done.
Absolutely. Definitely. I'm sure my viewers will be so happy to hear that, kind of spur them into because many of them are in fact, I even have family, a couple of them that are undergoing at different periods, different times, cancer, prostate and pancreatic. And pancreatic is very bad. So I know that they will welcome this and appreciate these words of support, consolation, and wisdom, really, because
Okay.
we have to face it and not fight it.
No,
So,
I really appreciate you giving me
sorry, sorry.
I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be able to provide that.
Oh no, I couldn't help it, because since we're connected on LinkedIn, I said no, I have to bring Reyaan to the show. You were that light that I saw, and I thought I have to bring you on,
Yeah.
this. And as a brother from Africa, of course, that is Ubuntu for me.
Good. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, so wonderful. So, looking ahead now, how are you hoping? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Because you're an advocate, um, you are a support, resource for other people. By using your experience, where do you hope to see yourself in the next 5 years? Touch wood. We are all going to be here in the next 5 years, and I hope to bring you back in the next 5 years.
I will be here. We can do
Amen. We will
it.
be here.
Uh,
How you
since
how do you want to, you know, uh, what
now,
should I say? Pay your experience forward.
since beating it the first time, I've ventured into life coaching. I've completed life coaching. I did NLP and I did hypnotherapy. So I'm thinking of combining all of that, but then getting it towards cancer patients. So life coaching for cancer. Do you know, like that kind of thing?
Yep.
The therapy, but not any medical therapy, if that makes
Mm-mm.
sense. But
Mm-mm. I understand.
any, yeah,
And that would be fabulous, honestly, because that is using, it's intertwined,
yeah,
your experience. And then how it affects life and living
yep,
and relationships and getting out of bed every morning and saying,
absolutely.
I got this, you
Feeling
know.
that energy,
Yeah,
being energized, take it on. So that's
exactly.
where I see myself. So as a life coach, but for patients in therapeutic ways,
Mm-hmm.
because I know what I needed, and I'm sure that patients would benefit from the same that I'm offering based on what I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because during my treatment, I would go for Reiki just to get my mind at ease and relax. So I'm sure with hypnotherapy, I could do the same for them.
Yes.
There's a lot of avenues, but it's more in terms of the mental aspect.
Mm-hmm.
As we said in the beginning, the main fight is in the mind.
That is wonderful. And I think that you would do very well with it because, when you're coming from that place that we're coming from, it is only, normal that we have, those experiences put out there for people that will need, the information, the to-dos, how to go about certain things. Like I was saying, a lot of people are alone. They don't know how to meander this maze of cancer diagnosis, cancer survivorship, even stigma, which plays a large role. And as Africans, we know what that is. People don't talk. They'd rather die in their room than tell somebody that they have breast cancer or prostate cancer or any type of cancer for that matter. So I think that, um, your, what should I say, passion and advocacy, all conceptualized into one package, will do very well to help those that would seek support, you know. And I wish you very well, as you go about that, And when you start doing that, let me know so I can push this forward for you too.
Cool.
use my platform to push it
Especially with
forward
you.
for you.
We can do a
Yes.
few with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We are here. It's sunny. It's beautiful. Meanwhile, the hurricanes and tornadoes elsewhere in the United States, you're like, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah.
So
I'm just glad the fires are over.
yes. Yeah. So, so glad. So relieved. Oh, wow. So Reyaan, thank you so much for coming on. So blessed to have you on. So blessed to call you my brother now. Like this show has, just brought me in the midst of so many beautiful people like you. Um, I'm hoping to.
Clear that I was living a healthy lifestyle.
Mhm,
Cool sportsman. I was very fit, so that I made very clear.
mhm,
Right?
mhm.
It was nowhere to detect it. It was a motorbike accident.
Yeah,
So that's one thing I need to make very clear because a lot of people think that, ooh, they
you
must have
had
eaten.
headaches or something like that or whatever. We have something in common because when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I didn't have symptoms. I had an accident too in my bathroom. I fell and passed out. And it was, yes, I didn't have the usual textbook breast cancer symptoms. I didn't have any. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have nothing. I went to the bathroom and I collapsed. What saved me from splitting my skull were the bathroom rugs. And I was rushed to the hospital.
And this
And
also is, yeah.
oh, isn't she so cute? Oh my God. Um, I love pets. Oh my God, so beautiful. Yes, sweetheart. It's so beautiful.
It's like a metaphor for really getting on and,
Hmm.
so
So, we have something in common that we were living our lives and cancer showed up through an accident. You had a motorbike accident. I fell in my bathroom. Hey, and then rushed to the hospital. And that's
yeah.
it. Yeah, the story goes on. But I'm so happy that you were able to come on and do this with us. And my love to your mother. Okay. Bless her dear heart. And you take care of yourself, Reyaan. I'll be seeing you soon. Okay. God
I'll have a
bless.
good evening and you have a lovely day.
Thank you so much. Let me sign out now. So, my
Okay,
dear audience and friends, you've been hearing that from Reyaan, Cape Town, South Africa, glioblastoma survivor, patient and survivor, touch wood. And we'll be hearing more about him in the next couple of months as we arrange to have a webinar where he'll be able to speak more on AI in healthcare and vis-a-vis cancer, brain cancer. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming on and for watching. And God bless you all for being with us. Thank you for supporting us all these years. Touch wood. Bye-bye. Bye, Reyaan. God bless you. Bye-bye, dear.
okay.
Bye.